Your time starts now.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the founder and sole engineer at Gigabug Computer. Previously, I led development for quantum computing software, and I'm a graduate electrical engineering student at Purdue University. Now I'm building hardware. So it's obvious that AI is taking off, and we're seeing this trend of an exponential growth in energy required for driving these data centers. But at the same time, we're at this inflection point where as we make transistors smaller and smaller, we're approaching the thermal barrier for how energy efficient they can be. So we need a really new novel computing paradigm to break past this barrier and continue the growth for the expected trend of AI. So what's really amazing is that a lot of optimization problems that are really ubiquitous in industry can be formulated as this energy potential, and you can design systems, analog systems, to naturally minimize these problems. So problems like navigation and budgeting and resource allocation and different types of scheduling problems can be formulated as these energy potentials. And by designing an analog circuit, you can basically, encode the problem onto your device, sit back and let physics do its thing, and then measure your system, and then that corresponds to solutions of your problem. Now, this isn't actually just theory, because I've actually built a prototype, and I have it in my pocket right here. And so this is a custom printed circuit board that I had designed and manufactured within the past couple months. And when you look at fundamentally how much energy you spend, searching your whole solution space, you'll find that these things can be orders of magnitude more energy efficient than GPUs, TPUs, CPUs for these kind of particular optimization problems. And so what I want to do is, how to usher in this new technology is sell these things as developer kits. You can't buy anything like this on the market today. All these circuits are built in research labs, and maybe they go put out some paper, but I want to release this thing as a low barrier to entry development kit, put out a software library so people can start programming now.
Just under the wire, we've got Carly Hart and Keith Crossland up there. What questions might the judges have?
Yeah, so great presentation. So question I have for you is, who is your target customer?
Yeah, so really anyone with compute intensive workloads. So, all of big tech, Walmart, people that have all these scheduling optimization problems. You have many different items that need to go all over the place. Amazon delivery drivers, they have to deliver all these packages on certain navigation routes. Now, of course, this thing isn't going to replace all these data centers just yet, but we want to start by kind of ushering in and have people get their hands on it and start programming, figure out how to convert their specific problems into this format for the computer. And so there's also a lot of government interest in these circuits too, namely programs like DARPA, Department of Defense, Department of Energy, they're putting a lot of money into researching this kind of technology.
What's the competitive landscape for this?
So against NVIDIA or against Google, traditional kind of digital architectures. So this is an analog-based computer, so it's completely different from how all traditional digital architectures work.
And what's your unique, as a business, taking on NVIDIA or any of those companies is a big task. What's your unique?
So we're starting small, and GPUs are very expensive, right? And so I want to kind of provide this printed circuit board as a low-cost barrier to entry that you can buy, for relatively cheap as a development kit, and have people get their hands on and start exploring how can we actually program these devices, how can we formulate our problems in a way that can be solved on this device, going to TSMC or Global Foundries or these other semiconductor companies, and basically I'm thinking about my next generation circuit and how it's going to scale.
So with these kits, are you actually looking to supply the actual hardware, like these pieces? And if so, do you have all the manufacturing capacity and resources here?
So I have a whole batch of these things at my house. I haven't sold any yet. I haven't really put it out there to be sold yet. I'm still, prototyping, and I want to put out a software framework that's open source and people can use. But yeah, so PCBs are, I can leverage the existing, manufacturing market to design this kind of circuit.
I was going to ask about, you kind of alluded to it, but your product roadmap. What's the next year look like?
So this is a prototype I built in a couple months, and I'm thinking about the next kind of circuit that I want to make. So about a year down the road, I want to have more of a next generation architecture sketched out and send that off to a foundry to use the latest and greatest technology.
Cool.
We're good?
Yeah.
We're good. Okay, Matt, thank you so much.